This is the way. Not. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a Grand Arena story. This is an epic one, guys, super epic. We're facing the 13th biggest roster in the game. I can't tell you how many, there's a lot of things that go on, lots of ups and downs. So, here's the situation. Facing someone named Bieberhan, or something similar to that, you can see that he out GPs me at the very bottom there by over... by over 1.7 million GP, guys. He's in the biggest Maw guild, which is one of the best guilds in the game. And you can see, okay, so he's got the mod advantage on everything but plus 25s. Whatever I'm doing with my plus 25s, I'm doing something okay, I guess. But he does beat me by, look at how many plus 15s he has, guys. He has 632 to my 349, almost double. And then look at his relics on the bottom. Well, I have more tier 6 than him, and tiers 1 through 6, because he doesn't have any characters that aren't relic 7 or higher, guys. He out relics me by over 600 relic levels. It is just completely crazy. So here's my defenses. I still put 4 Galactic Legends down because I'm crazy. And I did keep Starkiller though, because we're gonna try Starkiller against a Galactic Legend. I finally do have a relic Iden Versio. Finally, as in I have soft whaled out and barely got her in time, but I did in fact get her. I split off my Maul to have a Maldalorian's team with the fast Droidica. And I put Commander Luke in the back just to mix things up a little bit. I thought that I had a pretty good mix on offense and defense. I had a couple throwaway teams on the top left there, the front top, I should say, with Newt and Finn. Now his teams, he put, now keep in mind, everything's relic 9 or 7 or 8, and everything's really fast, as you might expect, but his Supreme Leader Kylo, relic 9, which is something I haven't seen before, and that whole team is relic 8 actually, and then that's probably for fleets as well, except for Red Trooper, who, you may as well just make everyone relic 8, right? And then Rey is, we could probably use General Skywalker on this comp. It's a weird comp, but she's relic 9, and on top of that, she is also, I have plans for General Skywalker, we'll just say that. On the top front, we have a pretty normal mix of things. There's BB-8 is with that Rey team on the bottom, so I don't really know what's going on with that. But please, guys, before we jump in, just want to remind you, if you want to support the channel for free, all you've got to do is hit that like, subscribe, or do make a comment, all 3, whatever. I would really appreciate it. You guys are amazing, and we are mounting the algorithm. Be part of it, guys. Let's all get in on it together. It's going to be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. So, without any further ado, hopefully, let's actually get into the fighting. Very good. So, I'm gonna fight this Iden Versio team first. It's in the bottom zone, and it's all relic 7. So, the concern, of course, is that Padme with Bad Batch is just going to still get destroyed, and this apparently does happen quite a bit, but I've sped it up as well because the fight does take quite a while. Now the thing is, I play it awkwardly. There's no way around it. Like, you guys are gonna watch it, and you're like, okay, for instance, I'm afraid that they're gonna all hit me back instead of realizing, oh, I could actually just stun all of them. There's a lot of inexperience at work here, guys, and honestly, one of the things in this channel is I don't want to sugarcoat things. Like, I just don't know things that, every time. It doesn't always occur to me. You have to learn things, pick things up after the fact, and so, this is definitely one of my more ponderous, more blunderous fights that I've had. So everyone's still alive, you can see. Padme does keep everyone alive and everything. Okay, so you know, I was like, okay, we gotta cleanse everyone at the very least. So let's cleanse them, and hopefully Tech doesn't just die, and then he goes into stealth, so they can't even actually hit him. He goes into stealth before it happens, and so, you know, they're all hitting my guys and stuff. But it's like, okay, well, finally, okay, fine, I'll try to stun everyone. So I stunned everyone that could actually do damage to me. Now, one thing to keep in mind too, guys, is the Dark Trooper here did increase my Padme's cooldowns by quite a bit. So, you know, there are issues. Okay, here's one of the issues that I have, guys, and this continues to, oh man, this kills me. Okay, so the little round buff over Iden means that if you kill someone, then they revive. Or if you dispel it, then they gain 80% turn meter, which is pretty fancy. It's a really cool ability. But I just straight up missed. Shore Trooper's like, dodge, when I could have just taken him out, and that contributes to some of my frustration here, of course. But, yeah. So, the good news is we have those three stacks of translation on Echo, so we can continue to put days on people, and continue to, you know, do his debuffs. That there are issues involved with that as well. You can see he has 16 stacks, and we only have 30 seconds left, dear lord, because this is on turbo mode. Remember, I put it on really fast because it just took me a really long time to think in between turns. So we got 14 seconds left, we've got 10 seconds left, and I put it on auto, and Echo, who has 18 stacks of courage and could have killed Iden there, didn't kill her because he wanted to do a special, because he had all his cooldowns reduced because of translation. So, alright, let's use troopers here. This is a Relic 8 Sith Empire Trooper modded for defense and protection, just like he should be. Really, really scary guy. So I'm taking Moff Gideon because he has armor shred here, and I want to be able to take him out. So I'm paying very, very careful attention, guys, to my turn meter, to make sure that I don't, if I need to do the AoE to take him out, then, you know, I'll need to do that. So, alright, we're punching Sith Marauder here. And, okay, so here's the thing about Sith Marauder. He gains all sorts of defense based on how many buffs. And look, for 1 second, guys, look at all of the buffs that are on my characters, because I have 10 of the stacking buffs from Piet, and then all the other buffs as well. That's 10% defense per buff. So like 50 just from that one buff, and his defense is completely off the hook. And so I'm looking at my turn meter, I'm like, who do we mass assist here? And this is a mistake. I think I should have just mass assisted on Malak, frankly. But we took out Basti. I think we could have killed Malak is the thing. And so, you know, finally, that's the funny thing, is once Marauder interrupts, once he finally gets a turn, then he's way easier to take out, because it wipes off all of my stacks of whatever you want to call them, the Emperor's Plan. I don't remember, guys. Okay, so the Fear Dust, this isn't looking great, guys. My Dark Trooper's stunned. He only has 2 stacks right now. I'm like, okay, should I put the taunt onto someone else? You know, we could put a mark on someone else and make it so that Dark Trooper kind of gets some breathing room. We could do the AoE, try to get another stack back. And, I mean, things are like on the very edge of going completely south. Because one thing to keep in mind, guys, I mean, my blunders on other fights are, you know, they're still blunders. You know, they're non-optimal moves. The problem being, check that out, we feared Darth Revan himself with the AoE. The problem being, with all of these relics, they just escalate things so bad that you make one little mistake and things just get out of hand real quick. If you have good mods and good relics, like, it gets to be brutal. Okay, so this raid team, we're going to use Starkiller here, guys. This is my first time trying this, so I'm a little awkward with it as well, as you might imagine. That's kind of the theme of this whole match, actually. There's a lot of things I haven't tried, and my execution is a little subpar. So, okay, so we're trying to chase the, what's it called? The stagger. Okay, we got, look at BB-8, guys, on the right. Look at how he froze himself. Okay, so we want old Ben here to get ability block on Rey, because right now Rey would do her whirlwind if she could. We don't want a whirlwind to derail us. It was still a pretty big hit. Okay, so every time she takes a turn, she gets another stack of what's it called? Inspiration, the blue stacks, and so try to wipe those out if we can. Of course, they're not going away now, but okay. So every time we do a basic with Palp, though, it calls Mara, or every time we do a basic with Mara, it calls Palp, and then Starkiller assists. So okay, we wanted to make it to Rey's ultimate, which we did. And here's the thing: I should have been hitting her early because I didn't want her to gain all that mastery with the inspiration. So finally took the stacks down, and not everyone's dead. So hooray for that! And now we just call the assist because it's a Sith calls Starkiller to assist. If a Sith does a basic, then Starkiller does. Then Starkiller assists. And so I sped it up again, guys, because now everyone's stuck. Look, okay, so we crashed the Star Destroyer, but everyone here is actually just in damage immunity right now. So the Star Destroyer didn't do anything. It didn't hurt any person. So it's like, am I gonna just time out here, like I did against Iden at the very last minute? You know, Zalbar is slow AF, and I'm gaining so much turn meter between Mara and Palp. I still got to get that combination better. I mean, now you guys know I'm good at figuring that stuff out. It just takes a little bit of time. All right, so now we're using Jedi Master Luke against Relic 9 Supreme Leader Kylo with Relic 8 supporting cast, and so we increase the cooldowns on Hux. And I mean, this fight is an example, guys, of how high relics make everything way more challenging. They just do, guys. So, okay, we killed one of the tanks. That's wonderful. We do the Foresight real quick, so he does his AoE and misses. That's pretty cool. Let's get ability block on everyone, except we didn't get ability block on everyone, and we didn't even kill Hux here, which we need to. This is a mistake. I should have killed Hux there. Should have. But look, we didn't even kill Red because he's Relic 8 and super tanky. And now we're not in our ult or anything, so we can't target outside of the team right now. You know, outside of the taunt. And so it's like, okay, what do we do? Like, should we kill Kylo here? Should we heal? Should we do the Master's training? I mean, there's a few things. I think that would have killed Crew, and then it would have triggered Red, of course. The AoE, I thought was like, oh, maybe that'll kill Hux and Red, or one of them. Didn't kill either of them. That didn't kill Red. Now Red healed himself, and so Kylo's about got his full. He almost has his full ultimate ready now at this point. We haven't even done any damage to him, hardly at all. And so it's like, what do we do? I was like, okay, let's heal here, and at least, you know. So I think I made mistakes. This is a match I just never do, guys. I mean, I think it's a pretty. I could have won this fairly. I don't know if it's fairly easily, but I could have done a lot better, though. It would have been a lot better, in fact. But alas, evil was allowed to persist. So we get the heal on Shaak Ti. I'm like, oh man, maybe, okay, he's out of his ult. Let's see if we can just take him out. Let's do it. So get into my ult. Maybe we have time, guys. But he's almost back to his ult here, actually. So I'm trying to hustle, trying to make it work. But he's about to walk into his ult, and I can't do anything, guys. So again, another blunder here. So we're using Mothra with Baze here because we need the pre-taunt. And now, notice that with Kyle Katarn, I'm not using his specials because his basic, when he is going, not when he's called to assist, but when he uses his basic, he does ability block, which is pretty fancy, actually, forcing Supreme Leader Kylo to do that. And so, remember, when someone calls him to assist, though, it does a different thing. I think, like, he hits it an extra time, something like that. But, yeah, we got him. Got a pretty good cleanup, so thank goodness for that. And now we have Iden here, and look at how she's healed herself all the way up in her first turn. So she's already got my Relic 8 Boba down once it. And keep in mind, all of these characters are Relic 7 or higher. Boba's 8, everyone else is 7. We can do some knee rockets, apparently, from Scion of Jango and take her out. So that was a pretty messy front zone. And hopefully we've got plans to be able to beat the back. And he did have a third Galactic Legend. He has Kenobi in there with Ki-Adi-Mundi. And okay, so let me. Here's the thing, guys. This was a very, very surprising fight. We'll just say that. So I want to take out Kenobi, and I've done this before. You guys saw me fail recently, but I mean, I've had a pretty good track record beyond that. So we need that third stack of Beskar ingot on armor if possible, and so this time I have Geos available, so we can use Geos, and you know, we just need armor to get at least one stack or two stacks on this Sith Eternal, and hopefully they'll do enough damage to my guys, to my ads, that armor is going to be able to make that impact, you know, make that third. And so look at this though, guys. So Kenobi gives the thing to Cat. It calls Ahsoka, and then that move calls Ki-Adi-Mundi, and he randomly had armor targeted. Armor didn't even get a turn. She just got blown away, totally taken out. Before I didn't even take a single turn, and Ahsoka and Ki-Adi-Mundi combined to kill armor. Just totally wrecked here, guys. I'm like, I guess we'll just see. We'll just see. So my initial thought here actually was I was going to use my bounty hunters and General Skywalker to double tap this, and clearly I decided against that, unfortunately. So I mean, it would have worked. I'm pretty confident that it would have worked. It would have been a tough team, because if we had sniped out Cat, then Ki-Adi-Mundi would therefore have Ki-Adi-Mundi would have then like made all the Jedi faster and stronger, because he has his cool Zeta and all of his buffs and everything. But I still think that General Skywalker would have been fine there fighting the rest of these enterprising young fellows. And I'm like, okay, we're getting kind of close to our ult, but then Kenobi pops his ult, and I'm like, we're still doing pretty good. We're close, guys. We are close to getting our ult. And okay, let's get our Geo Brute, and they just killed him, just like instantly. Goodbye, Sith Eternal. Like, what the hell, man? Okay, so let's walk away from that for a minute. I wanted to use my General Grievous with BB-8, and that's you know, BB-8 gives everyone, all the droids, if everyone has for every droid, all the other droids get 40% turn meter to start with. And so my Grievous, I just recently sped up so that he would be faster. He's like in the 420 somethings, so that he can outspeed all Mara Jades, even the really, really fast ones with Star Killer. So he went first. We got all the target lock on everyone before they could even move. Kill Visas first, because otherwise if you kill someone else, then Visas will just revive them instantly. Okay, kill BB-8, which actually freed all the rest of us, because everyone else was shocked or, you know, stunned. But, okay, so looking at turn meter here, do I need to do my AoE? And the answer is no. The AoE is really nice for Magna Guard because it dispels all the debuffs, and there's a lot of debuffs to be potentially dispelled. So, Mara Jade is gone, and I just wanted to get rid of all the people who have all the turn meter. You know, Starkiller is obviously the most powerful and scary of all of them, but he's nothing too crazy. So, you know, he's no turn meter train madness, you know, nightmare like Grievous is. So anyone who says Grievous doesn't belong on offense, man, it's crazy. He kills so much. He solves so many problems. I love it though. I hope it's one of the reasons I haven't made a video yet. I'm like, I hope no one takes Grievous on offense. I just want to be the only one. But that being said, I'll probably do it anyways. All right, we've got Carth here. And you guys have seen this before. We use Carth to take down even, I mean, this is a really fast, really high relic Jedi training raid team. There's no BB-8 or anything, so you know, they don't have as much of a turn meter train. They still do have some, like Jedi training raid, just fancy like that. But so you look at L3, and it's like, if you guys could go ahead and just kill L3, that would be nice, because then she could start with some of. You know, we could get rid of that healing immune thing, but she keeps gaining her bonus protection and stuff. Like, can you guys just kill L3 already? And they just keep not. she's tanky or something. She's not healing. She does get some bonus protection here and there, though. So, yeah, let's give some bonus protection to Han so that he ramps up his offense. It doesn't really matter, guys. Okay, finally you kill L3. That is great. Thank goodness for that. And take her out. Okay, 62. Not bad. I mean, you're not going to get max banners against any of these teams, really. Alright, let's use Traya here against their Dash team. And, you know, he's got all the Omicrons and everything, so that's a little bit frightening. Or no, was this... Now I'm trying to remember if this was an Omicron Dash team or not. Maybe this wasn't, actually. He's got a lot of other Omicrons, but maybe not this one. We want to take out... I want to take out Vander Chewie here. I mean, they all still have their prepared, so my guess is that it is an Omicron Dash. I just don't remember. So I think my initial move with Nihilus was just a basic because I didn't want them to hit him back because he was in kind of a vulnerable situation. But, yeah. I mean, let's just keep going, guys. Keep going. Gotta keep going, keep moving, produce hits to break the monotony. Alright. Kira's gone. We've got L3. We've got L3. And I guess let's take L3 out. Let's do it. Can we take her out? Ever? Just kidding. It happens eventually, guys. Big spoiler alert. Eventually we do take her out. And actually... I was like, oh, maybe Cyan can actually hit hard enough and be able to get his protection banners back, because it's good to be in the discipline of trying to get your protection banners as back as possible. But, you know, let's just be real here. We have to be realistic about such things. You're not going to get good banners against this. So, 60, hooray, hooray, yay, hooray. We've got, alright, this one. Oh, man. So, Cyan of Jango has a knee rocket for someone. He just keeps showing them his knee rocket. So, it's a little bit lewd of him. So, look at this. Okay, he used his knee rocket, killed Basti. But they didn't trigger Savior or something. I don't know. Like, maybe he hit her, it triggered Savior, then it hit her again, and she died. But one way or another, she's just dead. I mean, and that's one of my issues, that she's Relic 3. I use her all the time. She's only Relic 3, though. You face people who are all Relic 8 with good mods. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. So, alright, Mark Bando, I guess. And so, here's one of the interesting things about it, guys, is eventually, if we do hit him, okay, so we got the revive. That's great. If we do hit him, it'll get rid of his... it'll get rid of his stealth, but then he just... you know, he shakes off his stealth, or sorry, it puts him into stun, and then it gets rid of his stun, is what I'm trying to say. But because his cooldowns were increased with the mark, then he just does the damage immunity, which, I mean, is a load of crap. It's really pretty freaking scary, guys. And then we just have to hit the guy that we marked, and it's like, okay, look, maybe we should just be hitting Bando. I think that in the end you just need to hit Bando here, because he's got 5 stacks and it's only gonna get worse. So maybe we can trigger him early, and if we do that, then maybe he does his AoE and you know, he does his Whistling Birds, but it doesn't just kill us outright, because he'll only be shooting, you know, 9 right now. So like Jolie, I would really love it if he would just do a hit. Oh yeah, and then I realized, oh yeah, we've already triggered the thing on Bando. Like that already happened, and so we can't trigger it again a second time. So we killed him nicely, and now, I mean, I guess that's the strategy that we can kind of work on, right? I mean, just trying to, we could maybe mark him, trigger his damage immunity, and then when he finally does go into Whistling Bird stance, into his poop stance rather, then we should be okay. Okay, so we get Basti back, and look at Cyan of Jango again, trying to show Basti his knee rockets. It's like, dude, can you just put that thing away, bro? Like, it's not cool. The lady's not interested, you know? Okay, so let's call Basti because we need her to assist and therefore heal herself so we can get some banners back. I was looking pretty dicey there for a minute, though. And, yeah. Well, I mean, we only have a minute left, but plenty of time. Ezra is starting to finally get some play here. Relic 5. Ezra does some good damage. All right. So I finally decided, okay, we got bounty hunters, we've got General Skywalker. We don't have anything else. And those two might combine to kill a preloaded Jedi Master Kenobi team. But then I don't know how the hell we're going to kill that Padme team. There was a small chance I was like, you know what, maybe I should just use my... Maybe I should just use my... like Jawas, trying to kill these guys. I have gear 12 Jawas that I've been working on slowly over time, you know. And then I have Barriss at Relic 4. Like, maybe that's enough to take this team out. That could. You know, I kind of wish I had tried it, because then if I did that, then... but then, even still... Okay, how do we kill Padme, even still? Like, we're just short one team. We're short one team, so... We might have been able to find something, but alright. In the back, he's got Executor, of course, and then he's got just normal Negotiator, so that's fancy. Now, let's fight this Padme team. In the end, I decided, okay, I don't think he's going to be able to clear me. He put a lot on defense, and like looking at his history, I don't think he's super conversant. Like, I don't think he's going to necessarily, I think he's going to fall for the bait that I set for him. But, you know, 2 Galactic Legends and 2 good teams up front. Maybe he'll use his Galactic Legends up, and then in the back he won't have. At the very least, hopefully he's used up his Jedi. Okay, so we got Anakin stunned there, and we're able to take out Padme, which is great, because, you know, Anakin could do a lot of really gross things to us if he was able to take a turn right then. So I'm just kind of going around the world here with Zam. He just... keep hitting people with thermals. Then I was like, you know what, I don't want to trigger Anakin here with those 3 thermals on Clone Wars Chewie. That might be a mess. So finally killed Anakin, and now we need... Look at Barriss. I mean, I don't remember if she's Relic 7 or 8. She's probably 8. Let's not kid ourselves. She's an important character to be at 8 because of how much health she gains. Maybe she's at 9. Who knows, guys? He has 10 people. So, alright, we just gotta wait until we get Disintegrate here. That'll eventually happen. Look, we actually already have it. So, otherwise, Barriss, I'm embarrassing myself because I can't remember her name, is keeping them all alive. And so, you know, we need to take all of the rest of them out. So this is going to be a win, and I was going to get the clear, or I wasn't going to get the clear. I was not going to, which is the first time for a while, you know, and I had a plan. If I had just followed it just a little bit better, guys, I think we would have been able to get the full clear. Unfortunately, I got distracted with stuff, you know, doing things I shouldn't, and that happens. But okay, so let's jump in. We got a couple dodges with TIE Fighter Pilot, which is great. So let's do the AoE here real quick because we don't want to get rid of the Dispel quite yet. And TIE Fighter Pilot's still alive. Look at you. Let's do the AoE here, and alright, so time for the roulette, guys. Can we get Xanadu Blood, and can we actually hit him after his, you know, after we shoot with the spy? And we actually did take him out. We got him. We got Xanadu Blood, which makes this so much easier. Immediately easy to clean this up. Like, immediately stress off of me, because now I know we can clean it up. Once Xanadu Blood's gone, then we're just good to go. We're good to go. So... Alright, let's just keep going though, see how far we can push it. Maybe, so I've only had 2 fails, so if my opponent can't clear me, which is a big if, but if he can't clear me, then the tiebreaker, I've failed twice. Hopefully with ships, you know, the ships can be an equalizer for me. And if I can make him fail a couple more times, then maybe I can actually get the win here, if that happens. So, alright, let's target... what's his name? Slave 1. And maybe we get the twofer here, guys. Look at that. Got a twofer with Hyena Bomber, which is pretty dang fancy. You love me a twofer. Alright, get the ultimate here. Things are looking good. They're promising. Kill the IG-2000. They don't have any ships left, guys, other than Houndstooth. It's like, good job taunting, bro. You were a super good tank. You know, he's very tanky. He's very difficult to kill. Sometimes you can bypass him, though. Alright, 64 is not a bad score either. I would have taken much less than that. One shot. Hooray. Now we're going to use Rebels here on this Negotiator, because why not? So I'll get Anakin down to 40% of his health, so that they do the whatever it is buff on him instead of the AoE. And yeah, so now the goal, okay, so dispel their Y-Wing, and now we need to get Anakin back into stealth as soon as possible, so that we can, you know, now he doesn't have the loyalty thing, and we can just have Cassian come in and take him out. So, yeah, you know, Plo coming in seemed like a bad thing, because it healed Anakin, but we can dispel with Cassian and everything's good. So, okay, we're going to dispel on Cassian here, because the next turn was going to be the Falcon, and so then the Falcon does his wiggle, and now we just try to take some of these guys out a little bit, if possible. But they do get 5s in, of course, and it's not looking like the best ever. All right, Y-Wing, good. Let's reduce his things and stuff. Okay, who do we focus down? I guess. Because we have to be looking toward what's going to be the easiest way to clean this up as well. Like, what ships do I care about trying to take it down in my second attempt? Okay, so Jedi Consulars here, and alright, we can do the wiggle, take out the Y-Wing. And Falcon's still healthy. They haven't done their ultimate yet, of course, but things are looking okay. So I'm just handing out this debuff here for right now, because we got our ult, and it kind of feels like we're using Malevolence right now because we took everyone's protection down. But yeah, let's take these guys down. Do the wiggle real quick, get another turn, and then they did get their loyalty buff or whatever the heck it's called. But it's looking pretty good. We got it, guys. We got it. No problem. We got it, but we didn't get the full clear, and that, of course, is an issue. So here's the final, guys. Yeah, we didn't get the full clear. 1385. We dropped 40. You know, we weren't especially efficient either. But I don't know. If you failed a couple times on ships, like the fact that we one-shot ships is going to be a big deal. That being said, why don't we check out how my actual results were? And as it stands, guys, he was not able to clear me. In fact, he could not even finish off my Kylo, killed the rest of my team. Like, take a minute to look at my Kylo versus his. You can't see his, but his was all Relic 8 except for 9 on Kylo. Mine is Relic 8 on Kylo, and everyone else is like 5. It comes 7 and 8, I guess. And then my General Jedi Master Kenobi obviously didn't get killed. Took him 4 hits to kill my Commander Luke. Up top in the front zone, he did one-shot my 2 Galactic Legends like instantly when he did attack. For good banners, in a way I liked that, because it meant he was probably using a Galactic Legend of his own. And then he did fail on my Bando team with Jango lead, so that was good. I don't know what he used. And then Maul Mandos, I have no idea. My goal, though, was to make him use up his Jedi, so that when he got to my back zone with Supreme Leader Kylo, he wouldn't be able to use those guys as an off-meta counter. So, hopefully, and I also wanted to make him use up either his General Skywalker or his Commander Luke, so that he couldn't counter my Luke with one of those. So I don't know if all that worked. I did get another hold with. Oh, this is from the last match, so that's pretty cool. I don't know. I got a hold from Iden Versio, though, is what happened. So, and then look at this fleet zone, guys. He used every single fleet available to him, but all of his ships are all the way geared up, and so every fleet of his is relevant. But, like, literally, he used 6 here. We only have 8 fleets right now, right? 8 or 9. Now, I forget if Executor makes it 9, but one way or another, like, he either had endurance left or he had to use endurance to clear my fleet, so really, really close. And my final thoughts, guys. So we've won 3 in a row against... First, it was against a guy at 9.8. The next was against a guy at 10.2 million GP, and now this guy at 10.7. 3 in a row that we've been able to beat. So I think that, you know, I wouldn't say that it's down to a science by any stretch, but I'm finally starting to get a little bit of momentum here, trying to figure out this huge, crazy new meta that I've been facing. You know, just fat fingers. Like, I totally could have beat the Iden Versio in one shot. That was my mistake. I think I made some mistakes against that Supreme Leader Kylo team with Jedi Master Luke, and I could prevent that and do a lot better there. There's a few different things, but I mean, fat fingers, that's just how it goes, you know. No excuses, it's just, you know, hopefully I can tighten my shot group a little more. And then, how much do relics matter? I'm not sure, guys. Like, that Relic 9 Supreme Leader Kylo would have been dead if it was a relic, if everyone else was like one lower relic level. And it's fine, like, no excuses, like I said. I just, you know, relics do matter. I don't know how much they impact things. I'm going to keep paying attention to it. I mean, this guy had, what's, over 600 more, 700 more relics than me. I'm at, like, less than 1,000. So it's a crazy amount. Though, of course, a lot of those relics are on things like Tuskens that don't actually enter the equation. So, one way or another, you know, huge shout out to my opponent who, you know, gave me a run for my money. That was a really tough defense that I had to crawl through. And one thing I should point out too, if I had followed my original plan of just double tapping his Kenobi with Skywalker and Bounty Hunters, I would have had enough teams to actually clear him, I think. So, you know, there is also that. That being said, folks, I think I'm going to leave you here. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite parts were. I mean, you know, what lessons did you learn? I got to use Supreme Leader, or I got to use Starkiller this time. It's been fun, guys. There's a lot of really cool stuff that's going on. Lots more stuff, fun stuff planned. All right, for real, I'm going to leave you. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.